Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm traveling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Welcome, everybody. It is wonderful to have you all joining us once again for our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi. We are super, super excited to be jumping back in. It is going to be an awesome session where we've been missing it. We've all been away for, I think this is like 2 weeks without Avatar Legends. I know I've been missing it. It is very, very exciting to be back. My computer is fully functional once again. We did have some technical difficulties with a Windows update on Windows 11, which corrupted a whole bunch of system files and marked explorer.exe as a suspicious file and deleted it. So I did have to reinstall Windows, which took a hot minute, but we all are now working perfectly. So hopefully everything's looking really good on your ends, and the stream is looking really good. I had to go and find all my custom fonts again. Turns out my fonts got all wiped, and I use all these custom fonts for the overlay, for all the text. I have to go find them and download them again. One of them I can't find, so I can't recreate the Legacy of Kyoshi text now. I can't find where I got that font from. No idea. So if you know where to find that font, please let me know in the comments below. I've looked through my history. I just can't find it. I don't know where I got it from. I'm wondering if maybe did I draw it? I don't know. Anyway, besides the point, computer's working perfectly once again. We also have, joining us on camera for Twitch and YouTube, Dragon. You have a functional camera.
I know, it came literally the next day.
Yeah. So I ordered a camera for Dragon really quickly. I was like, oh, quick, we'll get our camera in time for the stream. And then, I think that afternoon at 2 o'clock, we got the notification. This delivery's been delayed. And then it was delivered literally the next morning. But hey, look.
Literally the next morning.
That's okay. That's all right. I sent a message to Jeffrey Bezos explaining why this is unacceptable. I'm sure he'll get to it and give us a response at some point in the future. Probably not. Archie is on his way to join us. He was with us. He had to make a quick stop away.
She's in chat.
So Archie had to quickly run away because I believe that his daughter had been a bit sick on the floor somewhere. I'm hoping that if he's in the Twitch chat, that means he's jumping back on in a second, that it's all cleaned up. If he's got hands to type, no update from the Avatar team. Yeah, we know. I figured. Are you rejoining us, Archie? What's going on? If you've got hands free to type, then you've finished cleaning up all of the... So
one hand on keyboard, one hand on mop.
Or like holding back the hair of his daughter while she vomits in the toilet and he's just tweeting. I believe it. Andrew, we're not sure. Andrew was all keen to join us.
MIA.
Andrew's MIA. We think he might have... we think something might have happened. I'm going to get Liam Neeson to track him down. We think he's been taken, maybe. Hard to say. Or he's just sleeping. One of those options. So hopefully Andrew will be rejoining us.
Andrew's a shark. If he stops, he just dies. Or sleeps, really.
Hopefully.
He was like up in bed doing something, then he was like, must just sit down and then just fall asleep like a 40-year-old man.
We're hoping Andrew hasn't stopped and just died.
Well, no, like a shark though, but instead of dying, it's sleeping.
So hopefully Andrew is okay. I'm hoping he will join us for tonight. There is no guarantee. We've messaged him and called him. He obviously works night shifts, so I'd say that he's had a really late night shift and has just fallen through and slept through his alarm, which is absolutely fine. I'll just cut off a finger so he doesn't do it again next session. So we're all good to go. That is the main fun announcements I have to share. The other fun announcement I have is if you happen to be in Brisbane or the Gold Coast on Sunday the 19th of May, and you want to come and see a really, really cool live stage D&D campaign or one-shot with me, dressed up as a Yuan-Ti paladin. I will be in full cosplay. You can come and join us at the Collectors Markets at 9 a.m. Brisbane time. It is going to be a super, super fun event. We'll be on stage from 9 a.m. through till about 11 a.m. It's at the Beanley Distillery, which is just in Beanley, not too far away from Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Should be a really, really fun event. And for those of you who join us for the Wednesday night Return of the Giants campaign, Christian, who plays the character of Bartholomew in that campaign, he will be the DM for this session. We also have a few other players from the YouTube and Twitch D&D crowd, including Arsenio, who plays with the Crit and Miss teams on a Monday and Tuesday night. There will be lots of food, loads of food trucks. Last time I was there, I got one of the best German bratwursts I've ever had in my life. So I'm going to be absolutely hoping that food van is back once again. Otherwise, I'm trying to think of the other main food vans that I saw. There was a really good nacho, like a Mexican van that had really nice nachos that my partner got. Bree, you've got a question.
So you're saying it was a brat best?
Yes. Well done. Yes, it was a brat best. Yeah, nice. Yeah, not my brat first either. So it was... It was really good. There will be lots of food. Open bar, I'm not so sure about, but the Collectors Market has a load of other really cool things, including a Magic the Gathering tournament that will be running across the 2 days. And they also do have a cosplay competition, as well as a load of really cool stalls that have things like collector's cards, cosplay items. I've also seen loads of RPG books that from other systems. I'm hoping to see a lot of Avatar there this time. I'll keep an eye out. And if I see any people selling Avatar merch, I'll take some photos and it'll be really cool. But if you do happen to be in Brisbane or the Gold Coast and you want to come and catch up, I'll be on stage as soon as it's done. Come and say hi. I don't bite. I'm not scary. If anything, I'm a little bit awkward. So please feel free to come over and say hi. Just give a shout out and it'll be really fun. So if you do happen to be there, come and say hi, please. Bree's shaking her head like some sort of
Or all hostages.
Yeah, hostages.
Don't leave him.
Yeah. And I need more. Andrew didn't turn up today, so we need another.
I mean, you just threatened to take his finger.
It's not a threat. So come and say
Owen.
hello.
I don't know how much you're gonna hate me. I just realized that my audio source is coming from my webcam and not my actual mic.
That's okay. It's still fine. You can switch it over anytime and it won't change anything. It's all good. I did sound checks and I've got the adaptive sound monitoring on, so I can adjust any of your sound settings on the fly with minimal effort. So it's not a problem at all.
Oh, thank God. I'm like, oh God, I just realized because I looked at it and I was like, God fucking damn it.
I don't need to make any settings. That's still looking really fun on my end. So nothing to worry about. Awesome. Well, let us do our intro. Unless there's any other fun things to share. If anyone else got fun news to share? No? Yes? No?
I moved.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Hang on, that looks like the same air temple that's behind you every session. for podcast listeners. For podcast listeners, Archie, without missing a beat, changed his digital background as he coughed in a second. Like that, he was ready to go. There was no pause. Do you have that on like a quick button?
No, it's not there.
Oh, I just pulled the screen down. This is where I really am.
You don't have that stuff just in the back?
Not that quickly. It's really funny. That was nice. Where are you now? This looks like some sort of a lake.
Yeah, it's the lake that we're going to, I'm pretty sure.
Loch Ness Monster.
Very.
I don't know much about
very
Avatar,
regional appropriate accent, that one, for the Loch Ness Monster. Really helps me feel like I'm in Scotland. Hearing someone, a Loch Ness monster. Yeah, these waters are not safe. There's a serpent living out there. You gotta watch the waters.
Whenever I've been ruined by South Park, I think of the Loch Ness monster. I'm like, that goddamn Loch Ness monster. What do you want? Bat tree fitty.
That makes more sense. Okay, I get the reference now. Oh my goodness. Well, we are going to do our intros because I'm scared Andrew is going to be lost forever unless we call him in with the intro. So let us do our intro and we will jump into the session. Alrighty. It's been 3 years since the false avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true avatar, Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Kyoshi's attempts to help drive the criminal elements from Ba Sing Se have now backfired, the Earth King taking control of her task force and eliminating all political opponents. Short on time and allies, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the Avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko from the Southern Water Tribe, and Lilly from Ba Sing Se, all making their way to meet with Rangi at the ruins of Avatar Mansion. After a brief meeting with Rangi, the newly formed team were given their first task: travel to the nearby settlement of Koru and investigate a string of thefts. Arriving in the settlement, the team split up, Keeko and Lilly heading down and introducing themselves to the matron Zulo and learning some of the background to the current situation. Keen to start interviewing the villagers for more information, Keeko set up a table in the town square while Lilly brought him the first witness, a young earthbender called Gime. Meanwhile, Ted and Jedd tried to follow some tracks they found out the back of a small farmstead. Unable to learn much of interest though, they attracted the attention of the sole resident, an ex-guard from Ba Sing Se called Toka. They quickly learned that supplies from farms further out had been stolen, some of the lumberjacks noticing figures moving through the forest. Questioning Toka, Ted and Jedd learnt that Toka thinks it's a special spirit who can bend, which to them seemed pretty unlikely. While out looking for other witnesses to the thefts, Lilly spotted a teenager dressed in sandy brown clothes scoping out the village. After failing to get this newcomer to trigger a bomb with a tripwire, Lilly introduced herself and learned this stranger's name, Tilla. After the two of them met up with Keeko, it was revealed Tilla was on the trail of bandits from the Siwong Oasis, bandits whose MO matches what has been happening at the village. After a little back and forth, the 3 agreed to work together on hunting down these bandits. Heading over to find out what Ted and Jedd had discovered, Tilla's tracking skills allowed the team to follow a path leading into the nearby forest. Moving silently through the undergrowth, Ted and Jedd took to the higher branches, using airbending to leap from bough to bough, while the others used the thick ferns and underbrush to hide their presence. In a small forest clearing, a hasty campsite had been erected, tents surrounding a waning fire. 6 people were going through bags of food and examining clearly stolen goods. 3 men and 3 women, dressed in ragged clothing, ranging in age from 20 to 30 years old. Just as the team were getting ready to spring an ambush, Lilly tripped on a small log and stumbled into the clearing, knocking over a water barrel and drawing the attention of the bandits. We left off last session as 2 of the women pulled chunks of earth and stone from the ground to form wicked-looking drills, pointing them at Lilly. That is where we left off last session. So, we're going to be jumping straight back into exactly where we were, and I am going to bring all of you over to a map of the clearing. So, let me do that right now. I'll bring you all over to the map, and I'll bring the stream over to the map as well. You should be able to see the forest clearing, and you all should have control of your tokens. While I'm bringing the stream across, could I get each of you to quickly check your tokens?
It's been so long since I played in Roll20. This feels amazing. I can't move anything, but I can see it.
Do you you should have control. Have you logged in with a different... Are you logged in as Ali?
I'm logged in
yeah.
as Ali, yeah.
He is logged in.
It's on her computer. I did fix my computer today, I just need to set it back up, so...
Oh, that explains why Ali was rolling a D on 100 earlier.
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to me.
And
I was like, oh, there must be an old roll.
It must be, right? So, let me just double check. That should be on the map now. There we go.
Hey,
Perfect.
there we go. Thank you.
Is that working perfectly now?
There we go. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Got 1,000 health again.
Just zoom out so the map's looking nice and centered. Brilliant. Alrighty. So that is where we left off last session. We are going to jump straight back into exactly where we were. Alrighty. Oh, we've had a granting of advantage to Archie for when he needs it for Ted. Brilliant. I'll keep that on record. Archie, whenever you need it, you can use it. Yep, that has absolutely been locked in. Brilliant. One of our lovely YouTube members has been earning some points being subscribed to us on YouTube. Obscenities has just redeemed his YouTube points. So, Archie, you have
Thank you, I love you.
So, I think we should probably jump straight back in with Lilly. Lilly.
Whoa! Chill.
As the two women look down at you, these like hovering stone drills slowly spinning in place, pointing at your head, you watch as they kind of turn and look at each other. Dressed in very ragged clothing, looking very much like these were not made for them. It looks like very makeshift clothing taken from various outfits that have been kind of stitched together and used in conjunction. They look to be pretty young, Lilly. The one who is on your left, as you look at the screen, right for us who are looking at it from above, you can see that she's maybe 25, 26. Her face is currently half veiled. She has these sort of like almost like a hijab kind of hood and partial mask underneath her chin. She has actually pulled part of that veil up just to above her nose line. The one standing next to her looks a little bit older, maybe 28, 29. She is unveiled and has no hood around her head and shoulders, but you can see that she has one side of her hair shaved completely back, so it's just bald skin, with her hair braided and done up on the other side. And as they look down at you, sort of pausing and focusing, the older one turns towards the younger one. This is just a kid. Hang on, we can't lower your drill. It's just a child. What are you doing out here, child?
I assess the situation. Can I quickly use that? Okay, so I got a 10.
Fantastic.
Who looks to be in charge here?
Actually, neither of these two look to be in charge. As you have a bit of a look around, you can see that standing near the fire is an older gentleman. Maybe 30, maybe a little bit older. It's hard to kind of tell. He also has a hood and veil partially up as well. His is pulled down to his chin so that you can see most of his face. He isn't really like looking around making gestures or pointing, but you can see that all of the others, the 3 other Sandbenders, the two other men and the 1 other woman, have immediately looked to him, almost as if they're waiting for him to make a decision or to tell them what to do.
Okay. And so we're in like their camp, obviously.
Yes.
How long does it look like they've been here?
So it looks like this camp has been set up for a couple of days, maybe as long as a week. It's pretty makeshift. This forest clearing hasn't really been cleared very well. A lot of the undergrowth has been stomped down and crushed underfoot around the tents and near the campfire, but the edges of this forest clearing have not been properly cleared out at all. You can also see that the tents have been arranged rather hastily, set up in this kind of like half circle around the campfire. Many of the barrels and goods that have been here clearly haven't been here long. The plants haven't grown up around them yet. They're still crushing the stalks of the grasses and things like that. You'd say, yeah, week tops.
Okay. I don't really have a home, and I've kind of just been wandering away because I got kicked out of like Ba Sing Se because I don't know, they don't like me or whatever. So I've kind of just been like wandering along this forest path, and I saw like some tracks, and I thought that maybe there would be people here and you might have some water, but I think I just got rid of it all, and I'm really sorry.
As you look down at your feet, Lilly, yeah, you did knock over a large barrel of water, which sort of immediately splashed out, putting out the fire and coating the ground in this layer of almost like mud that's immediately formed. To your left, you can see another barrel that does seem to be full of water as well.
Okay.
As you call this out, the 2 women sort of pause and turn and look back at the man. The older woman just giving him a brief glance and then stepping forwards. As she lowers her hands, you watch as the stone drill that she quickly created drops back down into the earth. She dusts off her hands as she looks at you. Kid, get out of here. There's nothing for you here. Go.
That was so cool. But I actually really, really need some water. I'm like dying of thirst. Is there any chance I can just fill up my canteen with you guys and then I'll leave. I'll get out of here. I'll pretend I never saw you guys. I don't even know who you are. Nothing to see here.
The older gentleman, I say older, guy in his 30s, maybe 30, steps forward. Older in comparison to the others who are here. The eldest man, he steps forward, putting his hands out to the two guys on either side who look like they were reaching for weapons, who slowly started to put them away as he sort of puts his hands down. Peace. Peace, everyone. You say you need water? There's a barrel right there. You can fill up with your water skin. And you can, if you need some supplies, we don't have a huge amount. We need what we've got here, but we can share a little with you. We have been rather fortunate with our harvest.
That's so good. I didn't want to impose too much, but if I could just have a little bit of something to eat and like just take with me, I won't linger, I won't stay around. I haven't eaten in days.
You watch as he walks over to some of the sacks that are stacked up near the barrels, reaches in and pulls out a loaf of bread, almost like a Vienna loaf, like this sort of like elongated, slightly rounded loaf. Pulls out a loaf of bread, looks at it, takes a sniff, and then chucks it to you. This one's fresh.
God, it's so much. Thank you so much. How does a harvest result in a loaf of bread?
There's a moment where they look at each other, sort of side-eyed, and he goes, bread's made of wheat.
How did you guys make the bread?
You watch as one of the guys from over near the far tent sort of coughs a little bit and laughs a little bit under his breath before his friend kind of nudges him. With skill.
You know, I've got some pretty cool skills.
Do you?
You guys look like you're heading out of here. Whereabouts are you going? Maybe I could tag along.
Where we're headed is no place for a child. But if you are skilled, maybe when you're older, you can seek us out. You look for this mark, and he reaches up and tugs on the yellow scarf around his neck. Look for this mark if you wish to join our ranks when you are older.
What do you want me to roll to throw down a smoke bomb and then run to the other side of the tent?
So you're going to drop a smoke bomb and flee the clearing is what I'm hearing? Or
No, run to the other side of the tent to like reappear. Like
to show off your
smoke bomb, disappear.
Yeah, this is definitely a skills and
somewhere
training.
else.
Yeah, no, skills and training, definitely.
With advantage.
Roll.
No, not for
Come
you.
on.
At least, yeah.
Come on. A 7.
Lily, you just reach into your tunic, pull out one of your bombs, slam it down, Assassin's Creed style. You hear the shwung as all the enemy compass, you just watch as they all disengage. You quickly duck down, pull your hood up, begin moving around. As you get to the other side of the tent, you quickly blend in with a group of monks and pray as you walk past. Then you barrel roll out. No. As you throw down the smoke bomb and quickly roll backwards, ducking into the forest behind and then popping out near the other side of the tent. I mean, there's some barrels and crates stacked up near this tent. Are you going to kind of climb on top and be like, ta-da? Because it sounds like you're trying to be pretty impressive.
Exactly what I want to do.
Sick.
How's them for skills?
Please feel free to move your token on top of those crates and barrels. As you emerge on top of the crates, giving yourself like a bit of a round of applause. You see that a number of these bandits, absolutely had not been able to track you. But as you look over towards this slightly older man, the leader of the group, the leader. His eyes never left your form. You can see that before you even were climbing up, he already had you clocked. You watch as he slowly nods. Those bombs, where'd you get them? Passing say.
I made them.
You made them?
Mm-hmm. I make all my own bombs and traps.
He sort of pauses for a moment and looks back to his companions. That was a pretty good bomb. Maybe she came and worked at headquarters. We could give you food. He turns back around as he's saying this, almost like suddenly turning from the conversation back to you. Could give you food, give you shelter, give you water, give you a family, even. And in exchange, you make us those bombs.
Yeah, I mean, if you can give me the supplies to make the bombs, I'll make the bombs.
Supplies won't be an issue. We have access to resources, harvests elsewhere.
Harvests. Got it.
He sort of gives you a bit of a look. Again, like Lilly kind of talks a little bit older for her age, and that kind of catches people a little bit on guard. You watch he kind of off guard. He kind of like nods and goes, "So, what do we call you?"
My name's Daisy.
Daisy. It's a pretty name.
Thanks.
What do you know of Dao Fei, Daisy?
Dao Fei.
You're from
I've
Ba
heard
Sing
murmurings
Se.
of them, but I tried not to get too caught up in that. I was more running my own stuff, so...
You were running your own. So you were a Dao Fei organization, technically.
I'm apples and oranges, I guess. But yeah.
Over to your left, you watch as the woman, the 28-year-old woman who had the drill, who dropped it first. She laughs and goes, "Looks like we've got a little entrepreneur over here." It's how we started. It's how my sister and I started.
Well, I mean, like, you know how Ba Sing Se is. You got to make your way around somehow.
That you do. There's nothing wrong with that. Making your own way in the world. Well, little one, I think maybe there is a place for you. The next stage of our journey will be somewhat dangerous. Would be best if we make sure you stay back. When we give you instructions, we expect you to follow them. When we tell you to run, you run. When we tell you to jump, you jump. Don't stop and ask why or how or when. You act. Sound fair?
I guess it depends on how literal you're being. Like, if you tell me to jump and I decide to do, like, a somersault, is that okay? Like, if I put a bit of flair on whatever you're telling me to do?
As long as you complete the task I give you, I care not how you accomplish
Sounds
it.
fair.
You'll find freedom amongst our organization, Daisy.
Yeah, I reckon I could deal with that.
So, you've made it all the way out here by yourself from Ba Sing Se. I'd love to hear that story. Come, I'll restart the fire. Come sit down. See if we can find somewhere for you to sleep tonight as well. I'm sure we have a spare tent we can pitch.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
While this is going on, let's jump back to Ted, Keeko, Tilla, and Jedd. You guys watch as Lilly effectively joins this outlaw organization.
Guys,
Is she still on our team?
I don't know. I think she is deep. I'll take off my little hands. I think deep under
Your hands.
Yeah, take my hands, like unscrew them from my face. I think she's very deep.
Hang on. We're not just going to walk past that. What is Keeko's anatomy where he has to unscrew his hands from his face?
He's like that intense with this right now. He's just like, need a...
So you've left behind imprints from your hand as you take your hands away. There's imprints around you.
Yeah, someone threw some
100%.
ink on his hands before, so he's got circles
think-
around his eyes.
Who was that?
You think a waterbender would
Wasn't
be
me.
more hydrated, where they can
Probably
touch their
so.
skin and don't leave dents? But no.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, she's getting a tent right now, guys. I think we've I'm
not sure.
Do we
I
hang
think
out?
We make the most of this
Do we
and
wait?
wait till nightfall.
I think we chillax. Yeah, I think we get comfy a little bit. I just sort of sit down behind a bush, so my head's not poking up anywhere. I think we just as I said, chill out till night, be a bit sneaky, maybe sneak in and say hello to her later on, see if she's coming back.
But I think we should probably back off a little bit just so we don't get caught.
Are me
100%.
and Jedd still in the trees?
Yeah, you and Jedd are above in the trees. Jedd kind of turns to you, Ted, looking down and goes, Should we be worried about that? She's just joined that group.
I don't know. I don't think this wasn't part of the plan, right?
Well, her falling into
plan
the
wasn't
center.
join.
Yeah. Her like falling into the camp wasn't part of the plan. I thought we were supposed to be sneaking up on them.
Yeah, I don't know why she went straight in.
No, I think she tripped. It didn't look intentional.
That's even worse.
We didn't have to like fight them, right? We just had to find out where they were and report that back, if my memory serves me.
I mean, Tilla, you're actively hunting these people.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Ah,
Well, you might be, but I'm not. I'm not letting them walk away.
So we wait till they go to sleep and then ambush?
I think so. I haven't done an ambush in a while. It's been fun.
Bree, you can't communicate. Like,
Lily's not here.
Lily's
Sorry.
currently helping pitch a tent in the character
Yes,
of
she
Daisy.
is.
She's currently that's very not okay.
Sunflower.
That's
Sunflower isn't here to tell us what we should be doing or what her plan is. So I think we should ambush.
and the Brothers Dim are operating at 50% capacity as well, which doesn't help.
Wait, can they hear Brandon and I?
I'm going to say Archie and Andrew, Ted and Jedd. At this point, both of you kind of like quickly airbend silently down to rejoin the rest of the group, so the four of you can talk. I'm also going to say that where you are on the map is not necessarily where you are right now. If anything, you're probably like hiding right out over in the corner, far away from prying eyes and prying ears, so that you can...
did that.
Yeah, sorry. I like how someone's already been drawing on the map.
I didn't. There's no eraser. I don't know how to get rid of it.
There is no eraser.
You can select them and press delete.
I'll clean it up. I'll say the four of you are now together on the forest floor in amongst the trees,
Okay.
having this opportunity to chat.
What's you know what? Can I do assess the situation?
Would you like to assess the situation?
Yes, please, Dad.
Definitely.
Can I join on this here? Like, put my hands back up to my eyeballs?
Yeah, I've got one condition though. You have to stay seated in the center of your camera. You can't keep vanishing off to the sides. Nope.
Oh, like,
Nope.
which side's which one? No.
Just go in the middle.
I can't tell.
Just go in the middle.
Oh, I was in the middle before. I'm in the middle of my screen.
Make sure
It's
you're
not right in
comfortable.
the middle.
Wherever you want to be, you get comfy. Stay there and I'll fix it up.
I
So
can't help it. I'm always a wiggly boy.
I knew you'd blame your ADHD. So
Always.
so Ted, that is a 7. Keeko, if you wanted to roll, you absolutely can as well.
I will.
Ted is smart today because he doesn't have to share the brain cell anymore.
No, it's all mine.
That's brutal. That's brutal, chat. I like it.
There we go.
12, absolute success. Ted, did you have a question for me? And then Keeko, you get 2.
Keeko can ask one first, and then I'll ask. And
That's
then
fair.
Keiko.
We'll have a Keeko question sandwich.
What looks to be the stealthiest way to get to camp?
Yeah, good question. Obviously, with 2 airbenders, striking from above is going to be a massive advantage. People don't really expect to be attacked from above. It's kind of one of those things that really works in your favor, especially by air nomads who are known to be very, very much like Buddhist monks. It'd be like having a whole bunch of Buddhist monks drop down from the sky on you and start like knocking you out. You'd be really confused. It's a very similar reputation. Otherwise as well, I mean, as a waterbender, Keeko, the best time to strike is when the tides allow, to move with the flow and to strike as one. If you were able to use this water barrel that's already tipped a whole bunch of water all over the ground, could be things you could do with that. You could quickly freeze their feet if they were stuck in the mud. There's an opportunity right now. As time goes on, that might dry out. But you did also see Lilly dip into another water barrel. In terms of stealthiest method to approach, staying to the tree line and popping out behind the tents. The way the tents are set up, like, these are not soldiers, Keeko. I mean, you have been a soldier. You know that campsites are supposed to be set up in a specific way so that someone can keep watch over the whole area and have no blind spots. This camp has many blind spots. There is no one location that you can stand and get a whole view of the camp. You'll notice the tents are set up in a way that really allows for people to sneak in and out quite easily. This is not a very well designed campsite. There are a number of places you can sneak in. The backs of the tents is looking pretty good. Specifically, there's a section where one of the tents borders onto the forest itself. There's a whole bunch of brush that you can walk behind to be completely invisible and pop out from behind the barrel over towards the east. No one would see you.
Love that. Beautiful.
Archie,
Okay.
did you have a question for Ted?
Yeah, I have just like an actual question before. Well, two actual questions before.
Okay.
First actual question, not for this. How do you ping?
Hold down the left mouse button.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. That's just so I can show people things. What time is it right now? In game.
Currently, it's currently mid to late afternoon.
Okay, so
the sun
a lot
is
of hours until.
Yeah, probably a couple of hours until the sun
nightfall.
starts to set. Currently, the season you are in is autumn. You know that the sun sort of roughly sets around 5:30, 6 o'clock. You're quite close to the equator here, near the Yokoya Peninsula. So, 6 o'clock, the sun will be completely set. Especially in the forest, right? The trees are going to hide the sun much, much earlier. So it'll be dark here pretty soon.
Okay. My question.
Yeah.
Is, does it look like there's any more people, or is it just these six?
No, this clearly looks like a campsite for this many people. So there's only 4 tents that have been set up.
4 tents.
Yeah,
So
and
who's sharing?
6 people. So there must be at least 2 people sharing.
Are they in relationships, or are they just like bunk buddies?
There are 2 sisters.
You did hear about the 2 sisters.
Well, that's 2. So what about the other 2?
So there must be another group of people sharing a tent as well. Yeah, you don't know.
Interesting. The important questions I asked.
Did you want to know who's in a relationship? Is that your question?
No.
Looking for love at the bend.
And I
I'm
would
still an
do
airbender.
anything for love. Alrighty, Keeko, you have another question if you would like to use it.
Yes, I was thinking about that the entire time.
What'd you come up with? This is going to be a good one then, because you had all this prep time.
Can I, if I sneak it? We haven't discussed this in the game yet. This is maybe better.
Yeah.
But can I stealth take someone down? Like, if I come behind them, can I just, grab them back in the bushes, solid snake style?
Yeah, we're really leaning into Assassin's Creed tonight, aren't we? Yeah, you can do a silent takedown. It's not necessarily in like the rules of Avatar per se, but if you were to make like a skills and training check and you've been able to sneak up and you had a easy vantage point on someone to pull them back and maybe had a really good plan that sounded like it would work to take someone out silently and you rolled well, absolutely that would be a success. 100%.
Okay. That's the best I got then.
Cool.
Awesome. Alright. I relay back all the things you told me about the camp layout to the crew.
Oh, I also relay that 2 of them are sisters, which means 2 of them must be in a relationship.
Or there's other siblings. Like, let's not. Why are we jumping to conclusions? There might be, or like, yeah. This is
They could just be forced to be sleeping.
just friends.
Which one is Sunflower sleeping in? Is she sleeping in a single with one person?
Well, they
or
said
is
they
she
might have
sleeping
another
with
tent for her.
sisters?
They said they might have another tent.
All questions we'll never know the answer to.
You're waiting till sundown, so
find out.
you will know. Like, no, we'll never know.
So,
So
I guess-
my first question was going to be, you guys, are you going to do anything now? The answer is no. It seems like you're going to kind of wait to see what unfolds, taking up positions to sort of watch the campsite and make sure that Lilly doesn't get into too much trouble. And if it looks like things are going bad, you'll rush in and save her. Otherwise, you're waiting for sundown to basically try and like sneak in and stealth take out this camp.
I want to ask, Tilla, so you're up for this crew, right? How would you like us to do with this here? Do you want them all knocked out? Do you need just one? Like, how can we help you here?
Preferably, I'd like them knocked out. I have questions.
Perfect. Just double checking. Just make sure we're aligned here. Do any issues? But all knocked
Why is
out. We
your
always all
second
knocked out anyway.
Why is your second thought murder?
Well, no, my first thought was like, do you just want one person to talk to, or if one gets away, is that an issue? Like, I just want to make sure we got the right thing going on here.
Okay. No, just knocking them out
Big deal.
would be fine.
Perfectly fine. No one is gonna die. Anyway, put my feet up on this log and just chill out, look up at the sun, start. No. Chilling out.
Alrighty. I think in that case, maybe then it's worth jumping back with Lilly, and unless did you have something, Dragon?
I was just gonna ask, what do I do if I want to see like where they're setting up a tent for Lilly?
I'll just describe it. That's not something that requires specific observational skills. It's out in the open. It's pretty obvious.
Okay, yeah. Where are they setting up Lily's tent?
Yeah. As you watch, you can see that Lilly is currently spending a bit of time talking to this slightly taller man, the leader of the group, who has that yellow scarf on. Two others also have yellow scarves. The two women who first initially pulled out the stone drills as Lilly approached. You can see they also have the yellow scarves as well. The two other men and the one other woman don't have the yellow scarves. And they do seem to be like out of all of their equipment, all of their clothing, it's all very much like taken from multiple places. These scarves are all the same. They're identical. They almost look like a badge or some sort of identifying mark. Tilla, could I get you to please roll with, I'm going to say assess a situation to see if you might recognize what that scarf might mean. As a law enforcement official.
Oh, nope. I miss.
Let's have a look. I'll wait till it comes through, but that doesn't sound good, does it? 5, that is a miss. There's something about these yellow scarves. It seems important, but for the life of you can't think of what it is. So, as you watch, you can see that there is currently a tent being erected for Lilly. It's a very small tent. It's basically just a bit of tarp and 2 sticks, creating this kind of like lean-to tent over in the far right-hand corner, down at the southeastern portion of the campsite. Yes, thank you, Lilly. Over in the far eastern portion, and you can see that as they help Lilly set up this tent, I'm gonna have to put a tent token on this now. Otherwise, you guys are gonna be fucking breakdown. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. I have a spare tent that I can quickly put on. There you go. All right, that's what you're getting. Perfect. As they set up this small tent in the southeastern corner of the map. Lilly, as you watch as these people pull out the tents, you watch as the leader begins like pulling out some large logs. Using earthbending, you watch as he creates hollows to drop the logs into, then moves the earth back around it, and then hangs up some tarp with some ropes and pegs to create this kind of lean-to. As he dusts off his hands, he looks down and smiles and goes, "Hopefully that's a bit less rough than how you've been sleeping the past few nights. I hope this is a bit more comfortable."
I mean, yeah, it's great. I've pretty much just been sleeping inside any hollow log I can find.
You're looking rather clean for someone who's been living on the road this whole time.
There's a river not too far from here. I don't like feeling grimy, which is kind of funny since, and I look down my hands and they're like fully black. Like, kind of funny since I play with smoke bombs. But
Actually,
obviously, like, if you have soot all over your hands, it makes it easy for them to catch you. So I try to keep clean.
To be honest, because you set off that smoke bomb on Tilla, but it actually caught you, you would be a bit dusty and a bit smoky. So actually,
yeah, because we haven't actually watched that off.
Yeah, actually. So I'm actually. He's actually not going to be as observant of that. He's going to go, "Well, it's good that you've been looking after your clothes. Do you have anything to get changed into? We have some spare clothes if those are a bit wet. If you've been in the river washing them off, I think we might have something, not your size, but at least it'll be warm during the night."
Anything to, just be able to sleep in would be awesome. I do know though, like, the trail's like just there. Are you okay with me setting up a trap there so at least we'll know if anyone comes in the night?
What trail?
There's a trail just through the woods. That's what I was following. I saw your footsteps, and so I thought there might be people here. Wouldn't want other people to stumble upon this place.
No, we should have been taking better care of our tracks than that. To just let anyone walk in. He actually turns over towards the rest of the group, and his voice picks up. One of the younger men, this guy looks to be maybe 20, rushes over and goes, "No, I cleaned everything up. There's no way that no one could have followed us." This young girl says she did, and she found her way here. You watch as the young man shoots you a venomous look before turning back to the leader. I promise, I took good care of it. That there should be no way that anyone could follow. Maybe go and check it again. Yeah? Yes, boss. Good. Just go make sure. And, I don't want any other surprises, okay? We need people on watch. I trust you'll take first watch as a way of making up for your mistakes with the path. Yes, boss. Yes. With that, the young man kind of like bows his head, shoots you one more dirty glare, and then rushes off into the brushes, heading south. As he runs straight into no. as he heads south, heading for the trail. Well, is there anything else we need to help you get set up? It'll be nighttime soon. I'm just going to get the fire ready. Anything else you need?
No, I'm all good. But yeah, it would probably help me sleep a bit better if I at least set up one trap. Am I okay to do that? I'll let you guys know exactly where it is so you don't accidentally trip on it.
Trap? What, to catch food or to warn off people?
To catch anyone that steps in it, really.
What will this trap do?
I pull out a contraption that looks like a really crudely made, like, bear trap.
Yikes.
So when they step on this part of, I'll cover it with some leaves and stuff, but when they step on this part of it, all of these like really sharp pieces clamp around their leg. So if anyone steps in it, it'll stop them. And they'll also make a lot of noise. So we'll all be alerted if anyone's walking past or like walking in.
You're getting another.
I set it up pretty much everywhere that I go.
You're getting another very kind of like pointed look, and he goes, "You just what you make these and just leave them about the countryside?"
Oh no, I've had the same one for a little while. No one stepped in it. Clearly, like it's pretty pristine. I do wash it often.
Yes, I imagine the blood and bone shards need to be out of the mechanism for it to work properly.
Yeah. No, I just set it up whenever I'm going to sleep so that I know if anyone's like sneaking up on me.
Why, by the bloodthirsty screams as they are crippled by this death trap.
Yeah, exactly.
Kid, I'm gonna say this with a lot of love and respect. You're seriously messed up. Behind the tents in the forest. Just let us know where it is, and I'll make sure the others know as well. I don't want any of our people stepping in that and getting crippled.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna go set up the trap, but as I do it, I'm gonna make a really pointed look towards where I know where everyone is hiding in the trees.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of like make it look like I'm just kind of like looking around, but then I just go like that. Yeah, kind of thing. I'm gonna go set up. Oh, I'm not actually gonna set the trap. I'm gonna put it on the ground.
Okay.
But I'm also going to pull out the charcoal and some paper, and I'm going to write a note.
Nice. Yep.
And I'm going to make it quite clear that I've picked up the charcoal and a paper out of my bag as if I'm looking for something, and I'm going to kind of do this so hopefully people can see from their spot in the trees. And then I'm going to like put my hands back in my bag, write the note, and it's going to say, this could be a good chance to find their headquarters. Don't do anything stupid. And then I'm going to put that with the trap under a couple of leaves, but so you can still very clearly see where the trap is.
Are you setting the trap?
You don't really see the paper. I'm not setting the trap.
Not setting the trap. Okay, cool.
I know that Jedd and Ted have a single brain cell. And
ooh, a note.
Exactly. So I'm gonna fold up the parchment and I'm gonna put it with the trap, and I'm also gonna leave the piece of charcoal there as well. And it's important to note, that my note does not take up the entire piece of parchment. It is quite small on there, so a response could potentially be written.
Ooh, can Jedd and Ted write? No.
And I'm going to put it away, and then I'm going to just wander back over to my little lean-to tent. Actually, no, I'll wander over to help with the fire.
Alrighty, perfect. As you do that, there is one thing I need you to do. And that is going to be, can you roll me trick an NPC, please?
Can I roll with survival instead?
This is specifically tricking them into trusting you, so no. This is I specifically need to know how much they trust you, and if they're gonna have someone basically like check out your trap once you leave.
Oh.
I just need to know what the level of trust is.
Ugh. Please, dice gods.
Feeling like
please,
it's
dice gods.
not going to be good.
8.
8. Okay, that's all right. Partial success. Pretty good with that.
I'm so scarred from last time. All my plans went so wrong last time.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal, actually. Perfect. As you head on to the woods, begin walking back. As you reapproach the campsite, you watch as one of the younger woman, the one who hasn't spoken to you yet, not the one who pulled up the not the one with the scarf, and not the one with the ones who pulled up the stone drills. The other woman who is standing near the young man, the white tent that's next to yours on the left-hand side. You watch as she kind of like gives you a glance as you walk past, and then sort of looks back the way you came, makes a few steps towards it, looks and sees partially visible this trap, looks back towards you and nods and goes, "So what's the deal with the bear trap?"
Well, I've been traveling for a while, like from Ba Sing Se, that's ages ago. So every time that I sleep, I kind of just plant this trap really close by so that if anyone's trying to sneak up on me, they step in it and they scream and it gives me time to get away. So, and then I usually come back for it once I know that they're gone and they've released themselves from it because, like, I'm not a monster. I'm, not gonna litter.
That's the evil thing.
So, yeah, I just asked, what's his name? The nice guy. Actually, I don't know any of your names.
She smiles and goes, We use Daofei names, not our real names, amongst each other.
That's cool. Daisy's my Daofei name.
Oh.
I purposely mispronounced Daofei, by the way. Daofei.
Yeah, Daofei. She smiles and nods and goes, "That's King. He didn't pick it, but we all started calling him that. It stuck. Now he kind of wears it like a badge of honor. We call him King. Sometimes call him K. But he's in charge. Not
Makes
just of
sense.
us, of a lot of groups."
And what's your name?
I'm Sparrow.
Code name. Sorry.
Sparrow.
Nice to meet you, Sparrow. Hey, why don't you have one of those yellow scarf thingies?
It's a long story. I'm not quite a member yet. Same as you. I've joined on with the group in the last 2 months. When we get back to headquarters, hopefully I've impressed K enough, and I'll be in the group. I'll be a Yellowneck.
Wow, 2 months. Sounds like a really long time to get a cool scarf.
Well, we've been traveling a while. Moving around the coastline from Chameleon Bay, heading south. Made a stop off in the Siwong Oasis. Yeah.
Oh, the multicultural hub of the desert. I've heard of that place. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was, yeah. I mean, I'd heard stories about it. I always thought that it was exaggerated, but actually it was incredible. The giant iceberg in the middle of the town. I've never seen anything like it.
It's my dream one day to lick it.
You're all right, Daisy. You're all right.
Thanks. Hey, can you come introduce me to everyone else? I feel really bad that I didn't even ask anyone's names and I already knocked over a whole barrel of water. I don't think I'm going to get a yellow tie anytime soon.
We've got plenty of water. Water's not a problem. Every time it rains, we set up some tarps to catch water and pour it into the barrel. And there's a river not too far from here. We can always refill if we need. What we really need is transport. Some sort of ostrich, camel, and cart would be ideal. But we'll just have to see what we can find.
Yeah, cool.
Let
Maybe
me-
I'll be able to help.
Yeah, are you good with animals?
I'm good with people.
That could be good. Could be good. We could, I guess, if you're, I mean, be pretty distracting, right? Having a young girl rush up and ask for help, and people trust children. I mean, like if you came out and begged some adults for help, yeah, I think we could use you as a distraction for when we need
How
to.
do you think I've gotten through my whole life?
And you've not been part of a crew before? No one's tried to recruit you?
Not really. I didn't really get involved in any criminal organizations. I just tried to make it by getting adopted by wealthy people, and then I would steal all their stuff and run away.
How
then I'll
many
sell it.
times were you able to pull that gig off? Because surely people started to recognize you quickly.
Why do you think I left Ba Sing Se?
Fair. Yeah, fair. Well, if you were coming from Ba Sing Se, did you take the desert route or the mountain pass?
Help me out here, Owen.
Hello.
How do you get to... Which path would it be to get to where Kyoshi place is?
So there's a couple of different ways that you could have taken. If you went through the desert, not a great idea for a young girl traveling alone by herself. You probably would have taken the... So there's a couple of different ways you can go. I'm going to say probably the most likely for you was to head from Ba Sing Se, head due east, go at the top of the desert. Don't go near the desert. Catch a boat from Chameleon Bay down towards Ukoya Peninsula, and you got off a ship down at the bottom. Would probably be how you got to the Ukoya Peninsula. If you were to get to here from Ba Sing Se, though, without taking that circuitous route, you would have had to have skirted the desert down towards the southwest before curving back towards the southeast, which would have taken you through a number of very high mountains near the edge of the desert.
Mostly the mountain pass. The desert's kind of hot.
Sandbenders. They're pretty brutal if they catch you. And I have to say, they're law enforcement. The marshal got an army of deputies. We almost ran into a bit of trouble there, actually. We think we've shaken... We had one on our tail for a bit, but we think we've shaken her.
Deputy schmeppity.
Yeah, deputy schmeppity. Come, let me introduce you to the others. Make sure you get everyone's names. With that, Sparrow leads you over and introduces you. I will change people's names on the overlay so that you can see who each person is now.
Blessed.
So we've got King, Sparrow.
Okay, so Sparrow doesn't have a yellow necktie, and neither does Ark.
Shall I put in brackets Y for yellow, for the yellow scarf?
Yeah,
and no,
yeah.
Yeah, so Ark doesn't have a scarf either.
Ark's the one who is on watch.
Ark is the young man who's on watch he's not there with the group. I'll move him out so you can't see him at the moment. Ark is one of the other men. And then we've got the two women who both have scarves. We have Olik and Ruta. There we go. That's everyone who's there. So the two women, you're introduced to the older one, Olik, her younger sister, Ruta. Ark is the young man. You find out Ark is the cousin of the young man who was sent off to go and check the roadways. He has been calling himself Jedd.
Okay, so they're the ones sharing a tent together.
Yeah, Ark and Jedd, and Olik and Ruta.
There you go, Archie.
King and Sparrow get their own tents.
Wonderful.
While you're doing all of that,
just-
is anyone going for the note that Lilly left with the trap?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ted and Tilla. As Jedd and Keeko...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, hello?
Sorry. No, I didn't see her put it there because there's trees in the way.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
mean, but hang on. If you were at all up in the air, you've now got a
Right,
triangular...
wasn't you said we were down? You said we jumped down.
to jump down, just to have a quick chat. If you wanted to take back up to the trees again to keep an eye out, you totally could have.
No, because there's trees in the way, so I wouldn't have seen her put it there. She should have put it somewhere a bit more that made a bit more sense, really.
Ted, I'm going to get you to roll and assess the situation. Tilla, you as well.
One. Give me the 1.
Give you the 1. Did you roll really well, did you?
No. I rolled a 9.
Rolled 9.
Oh no, what a shame.
Ted, Jedd.
I think I have your luck, Bree.
What'd you roll?
Someone
What'd
else
you
needs
roll,
to
Tilla?
take it.
4, that is a
dangerous
miss.
situation right now.
Jedd, who did stick up in the trees, drops down again and goes, so Lilly wrote something on a piece of paper and put it with a trap. You know that bear trap she uses that's fucking terrifying? She's put a note in it. Dib's not. I'm not putting my hand anywhere near that thing. If you guys want to though. Ted, I think it's your turn. Just like airbend over there above the trees, get it, come back. People don't look up.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Alrighty. Ted, could I please get you to rely on your skills and training? I want to see how sneaky you are. I'm confident this is going to be awesome. Skills and training, please.
Skills and training. Here we go, baby.
If you're using your airbending.
There's a 5 hit. There's a 5 hit.
Remember, you've got advantage on one of the rolls if you wish to use it.
Yep, there's a 5 hit.
Did you roll 2 5s in a row?
No, I rolled a 4.
And
do I re-roll? Is that how it works?
So, you're right. Yeah, no. Yeah. How did we want to do advantages? So, advantage with help, you get a +1, which is the same as the D&D help. I'm going to rule that it's a +2 because it's got to be a little bit better. That still isn't enough though. That's still a 6. Go on. Let's give it a re-roll. Let's give it a re-roll. I think it has to be. It has to be good. Like those channel points have to be really good. So let's give it a re-roll. I'm happy to give it a re-roll. 4 would have been you just like dropping out of the sky into the middle of the campsite on the fire as they are trying to light it again.
Okay,
12. Absolute success. Ted, talk me through. How do you get the note? How do you get back?
What would I do?
Yeah.
All I'm thinking is...
Well, I'll jump down and tell these people that they need to get to the top of some stairs, then push them down those stairs.
Yeah. I want to go like sort of like ninja fast, like sort of like go through, like jump, and then like whiff up the note.
Sorry. How do you? What was the verb you used then, or the adjective you used then?
I'll be honest, forgotten already.
I believe it was woofed up the notes.
Yeah, woofed up the note.
I've been watching a bit of 8 out of 10 Cat Stars Countdown. I've just looked this up, and unfortunately, that's not a word.
So I'm out.
Yeah, sorry, that's 0 points for that.
Ted died.
Ted dies. You watch as Ted just drops. No. As you woofed up the note using a bit of airbending to
and
pick it up on a tiny cyclone.
It might set off the trap a little bit.
No, the trap wasn't set. Turns out, as you look down, you can see the trap wasn't actually set.
And then it's like here, yeah? Like around here.
Over towards the south area of the campsite. Yeah.
Like around here. So I'll take it, and then I'll take it like down here.
I mean, you can once you've got it, you can come back to the rest of the group. You don't have to.
Yeah, I could.
Okay, cool.
I could.
Ted, as you look at the note, you see what Lilly wrote on it, which was, "If we follow these guys, we can find their HQ. Don't do anything stupid." And then there's a whole bunch of room at the bottom if you wanted to write a reply.
What am I supposed to reply?
There's charcoal there. There's charcoal there too.
Yeah, I meant what am I supposed
if only you could
okay?
take it to the group.
Like
maybe other
okay.
people might have an idea of what to do with this information.
What emoji to use for this situation?
I'll just write okay and put it back and then go back up to the guys.
No, just K.
Oh, K, because King K.
Could I get you to please roll me... It's going to probably fall under trick. I just want to see how well you re-hide the note.
Oh, okay. Not tricking my team.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
How badly a miss are we talking?
5.
5. Cool. As you tuck the note back in, Ted, you're kind of working quickly. You're excited. You want to get back to the rest of the group, tell them what you found. You also don't want to be seen by these people in the clearing. You need to be quick, and you're not wearing clothes that are like low vis. You're currently dressed in like orange, yellow, and red monk robes. Yeah.
Sorry, Dad. I have mastery in maneuvering.
Oh.
Does that do anything?
Tell me a bit more about it. Let me have a quick look at your character sheet.
Sounds like it should do something.
When you rely on skills and training.
Yeah.
Oh, I already did that.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing now. It's a trick.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. It sounded promising at first. What would it have done? What does it allow you to do? Maneuvering.
I haven't read it.
Are you reading it now?
It needs to read.
Okay, it wouldn't have helped. Don't worry. It could have helped the last thing.
If I was to allow you to have this help, let's have a quick look. What would it have actually done? Where's this under? I'm just having a quick look at your
Extraordinary skill.
Where is this on your character sheet? Oh, here we are. I found it. Yeah. When you rely on skills and training, ignore
Combat
penalties from
settings,
conditions or
otherwise,
statuses. Yeah, that doesn't really help very much. Actually, that doesn't help at all. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Yeah,
I just saw maneuvering. I thought that meant something.
as you rush back to the rest of the group, what do you say? What do you do? Jedd immediately looks at you and goes, what did the note say? What'd you find?
Note said, "Don't do anything stupid." So I think that
Shit.
means you and me do nothing.
But
Kind of
what
roughly?
if Lilly wants us to do
hang on,
something?
whoa,
What
hang on.
is doing nothing stupid? You don't use your brain to do nothing.
No.
And then
Stupid.
it
Just
said,
told to not do it.
follow to some base. And then I like put it back under the trap that I was hidden in. It was all
Like,
good.
do we know how far away that base is? Tilla,
No,
do you know
I
where
should
these?
say.
Do you know where these people are from, Tilla?
Would I know?
You actually don't know where they're from, but
Okay, yeah.
you know they came
Okay,
through
I
the
don't
oasis.
think-
You know they came through the desert. That's all you know.
Yeah, well, I only know that they came through the oasis. I don't know where they're going. If I knew where they were going, I would have gone there.
That would
Alright.
make sense.
So yeah, they just she Sunflower said we just have to wait, and then just follow them tomorrow.
Yep. Don't hate this plan.
But don't
I'll be
worry,
keen to see where
Sorry.
these guys end up.
the note is hidden perfectly.
I don't trust you.
I don't
I
trust
don't
that.
mean that accusatively, but I just blanked
How,
it
how
here.
can I make them trust me?
Trick
Um,
would work. Yeah, trick would work.
Well, that's a miss.
You don't trust him.
Um,
Guys,
believe myself.
I'm pretty sure it's fine. Who's gonna go near
Where-
a bear trap anyway?
where's the trap again?
To the south somewhere.
It's like southeast or something, I think it was.
Southwest.
Southwest.
Thanks, Bree. So it's like right behind where.
Just
where
behind the
Lily's-
behind the tent that they've set up for her, and a little bit into the forest.
Oh, who's that?
Is Lily like in?
Lily's
She's
currently
with
by the
everyone, right?
campsite, in the middle of the campsite, helping them light this fire.
I think we just keep a watch out for the night.
Yeah, we just
Maybe
killed.
we'll do rounds for like people who keep watch, make sure we don't get caught.
I want to go around to where this like the side of the camp that Lily is on.
Mhm.
Get closer.
Could we? Now,
Not a bad
I turned to Jedd. What if we disguised ourselves as one of them, and we take one of them out and we wear their clothes?
Okay, before I leave to go try and talk to Lily, I swear to God, if either of you two do anything,
I know she said, "Dudes, don't do anything stupid."
yeah, that's
But-
stupid.
That's not stupid, because then we're infiltrating.
Okay,
I'd be down,
how much
but
do you...
it has to be a big. It has to
Keeko.
be a bigger camp to do this. Like if it was a bigger camp, all down for it. 100%.
What, you don't think
It's
that's
like
people?
it's like 6 to 8 people there. It's like imagine if you went to like your like family friend's kid's birthday party. It's like 10 people there. You can't just like take out one of the aunts and then no one's going to recognize.
Hello,
Hello, child. This is I.
I'm your Aunt
But keep that one
Shushan.
for later. Yes. Unless
No, unless...
no.
Don't
But we could.
do anything.
Well,
We could.
I've been known to be very good at pretending as someone I'm not. But I don't know if it works for someone that they know explicitly. If that makes sense. I don't think I can get away with that.
Look, this group is too small to be able to to be trying to think of a plan to try and trick them by being one of them. They know who is here, and they know when they're not them. We don't know enough about them to try and be them. No one is going to do anything like that. No one, and I'm specifically looking at Jedd and Ted, no one is going to try and be anyone. We're just going to sit here and be patient. And I'm going to go to the other side of the camp where Lilly, Poppy is, because I don't know where's Poppy. Look, there's Lilly and there's Poppy and there's Daisy, okay? There's already 3 that I have to try and keep track of.
And Archie's been using Sunflower as well, which is just chucking another name in the mix.
It swaps every week. Thank you. I've got a list.
Well, we know. I'm gonna go to the other side where Poppy is, and I'm going to see if I can get in contact with her. None of you dummies looking at Jedd and Ted do anything. Keeko, please just keep them in check. Just try and keep them in check.
Here. They're very smart. Look at them. They're airbenders. Have to be smart.
Jedd's just slowly
really
picks
just
his
say
nose
that.
and then blows it up.
I just give Keeko a really are you freaking serious look.
I look at you, I am serious.
head in hand. Just don't do anything, just lay low. And one of you two keep an eye on camp.
I'll keep an eye on camp. From the trees.
Jedd nods and goes, I'll keep an eye on camp from different trees.
And I from the ground, the best view.
Ground scrub, as Jedd looks at you, points, and then airbends up into the trees.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around. Do I have to do anything, or am I just gonna go around?
No. What I'll get you to do, I will get you to roll with skills and training. I want to see how stealthy you're being.
Sure. Where is that? Relying on your skills and training, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Success with consequences. I got a 7.
Success with consequences. Tilla, as you begin making your way around the campsite, moving towards the far edge, you get about halfway round, moving through the trees rather stealthily, keeping yourself hidden from view. As you reach the point where Ted had spotted and then read and returned the note, just as you're approaching, there's movement from the tree line, and you almost crash into the younger bandit who just grumpily stomps out of the wood line, having been walking on the track only 5-10 meters away from you. As he stomps past, he sort of pauses for a second, looks around and goes, hello? Ugh, stupid. And then continues walking past. As he
Such an NPC move.
Literally is.
Must have been the wind.
It?
Who's there?
Who's there? Must have been the wind. Can see we've all played Skyrim. Too much Skyrim. As Jedd stomps into camp and walks over to the campfire, Lilly, as he passes King, he just looks and goes, "Track's dealt with. Problem solved, all right? No one's getting near." King slowly nods. Well, that is good to hear. I think then maybe it's best if you keep watch for the night then, Jedd, hey? Maybe have some dinner now, keep your strength up, and we'll make sure that you're in a position to keep an eye out. Yes, boss. As Jedd nods and begins stomping over towards one of the tents. Tilla, as you make your way around the far side of the camp, keeping to the tree line, keeping yourself hidden, out of view, you get to a point roughly between Lilly's tent and the tent next to it, but far enough back in the undergrowth that you can't be seen. What would you like to do?
I'd like to check on the trap.
Yeah, as you check on the trap, you can see the piece of paper is just sitting on top of it. literally just sitting on top of it.
God damn. I would. Do I notice that the trap is not active?
Yeah. You can see that it's closed. The jaws are closed, not open. I mean, it's one of the easiest ones to see if it's actually set or not, right?
Yeah, probably. Can I create like a little? Hi. Like I don't know what I'm trying to think. Like a little
for podcast listeners, that is Coco the bird providing sound effects for Dragon.
I thought Dragon farted.
Really is in the forest. You hear the birds.
I want to create just a little nook where I can actually hide the note properly, but in a way that Poppy will be able to notice it.
Perfect. Okay. So sort of are you going to use your sand bending for this? Maybe erode away some of the dirt and loosely cover the note with sand just next to the trap, hoping that Lily's smart enough to figure that out? Or are you sort of making a little hollow portion underneath with earth bending that the note just sort of sits in, hidden from view?
Probably the first one.
First one.
I want her to be able to see it. And I feel like if I hide it directly underneath, I might not actually see it.
Yeah. So with that, you sort of concentrate, not even needing to walk up and reveal yourself or get too close to the note. You can just stay in the shadows, stay in the tree line. You carefully push and pull the earth in front of you, creating this sort of thin stream of sand, which flies over, knocks the paper onto the ground, and then covers it with a layer of sand right next to the trap.
Yep.
Perfect. Brilliant. In that case, then, it sounds like from this point onwards, you guys are kind of waiting and seeing what's going to happen. Keeping a view out, making sure you've got eyes on all the people in the camp, but not taking any drastic action just yet. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Sounds fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, then, we'll do a little bit of a time skip. Oh, yeah, Bree?
No, I was just thinking, oh, thank God.
We'll do a little bit of a time skip.
I know, right? I know that I won't do anything. I'm just praying to God that I can actually rely on one of them to keep everyone in check.
And then Jedd and Ted leap from the trees, Keeko behind.
You watch as Jedd, buck naked, just drops down from the trees above. You can't see me. Oh wait. As you watch, Ted, Jedd, Keeko, Tilla, as you watch from the tree line, the sun begins to set in the distance. Lilly helps out around camp, sort of getting to know some of these yellowneck bandits a little bit closer, getting to understand their rituals, shall we say, their relationships, getting to know them as a team. Lilly, it's very clear to you over the next 2 hours that you spend with these people that King, or K, the guy in charge, is very much the guy in charge. People defer to him completely. There is almost this kind of, I'd almost say a fear of upsetting him. There seems to be this kind of caution around him, especially from the three men. The two other men. Sorry, especially from the two other men. There seems to be a bit of a caution around King. The two sisters, the ones who were earthbenders, seem to be the next in command. And they do also have the yellow scarves as well. There's very much a hierarchy here. The two other guys and the girl you were speaking to, Sparrow, it becomes very clear early on that they have really only joined on recently. As Sparrow said, it sounds like they've all been picked up in and around the area of Chameleon Bay and have kind of joined on with this group, hoping for a chance to join the Yellownecks officially. They joke around, talk about the situation, talk about how things are going, and it becomes very obvious as well that this group, this Daofei organization, used to be very powerful and very important, but something happened. Maybe, it's hard to say, maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago from the sounds of it, the way they kind of talk about it, something happened, something really bad, and they've kind of been a bit splintered since. And King seems to be the one kind of holding it together. It also becomes very clear that the journey back to their headquarters is going to take a couple of weeks. It is far to the west. up in the mountains to the northwest of Ba Sing Se. In fact, you almost could not be further from it in the Earth Kingdom where you are right now. It is going to be a very long time to get to this location, and they're not heading there straight away. Their plan is to curve around the edge of the Earth Kingdom, stopping off at various villages and towns and harvesting, shall we say, various other goods, items, and picking up new talent and new people to join on with their group. This is going to be a very long process. As the sun sets, the fire burns high, you eat a dish of cooked beans and grains, as well as a spicy paste that seems to be some sort of like spicy bean paste, on nice fresh loaves of bread. Looks like there are some that are going a bit stale, which King makes sure the two other guys eat, rather than you. You're given a nice fresh piece of bread. As the evening wears on, and the rest of the group seem to be winding down, it looks like they have been heading to sleep earlier. Making sure they're up nice and bright and early in the morning. With that, you watch as King nods, heads into his tent, and pulls out a small lantern and begins reading a book by the lantern light. You watch as Jedd takes up a seat by the fire, grumbling to himself, still shooting you venomous glances every so often, while the two sisters, Ruta and Olik, head to bed. Are you doing anything in this time?
I'll probably go over to my tent and make it look like I'm turning in for the night. So from where I am in my little lean-to, Jett's obviously like giving me dirty looks, but can anyone else really see me, or is it quite dark?
It's pretty dark, and the firelight casts these flickering shadows across the campsite. From your position in the tent, you think probably the only person who can see you clearly is King in his tent, which is directly across from yours. He doesn't seem to be paying attention, just seems to be reading his book, but he's probably the person closest. In terms of who could hear you, Sparrow, Ruta, and Olik all are within like 3 meters of you. If there was going to be any noises nearby, they'd hear it pretty clearly.
Okay, can I?
Yes. Really thinking this one through. What have you got?
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one. I can tell. There's a lot of thought going into it.
No, because I'm just thinking like if I can essentially use bad habits and use trespassing, but kind of like backwards.
What do you mean? Backwards?
Like to sneak out rather than to sneak in.
That's still technically trespassing. It's not like you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not like you're what was the one Brandon came up with last time? Where you were like reverse stealing or something. What was it? Came up with something ridiculous. Yeah, no, that's not reverse trespassing. That's just I'd include that as trespassing, definitely.
The only thing is, like, we haven't really been shifting balances or anything like that, and I'm already at a +3. So if I shift my balance once more towards survival by doing that, I fall off.
That's a shame.
Could you argue that I would have gone towards friendship by trusting them to read my note?
Ooh. Yes, I would see an argument for that. Yes, because you're including your friends, you're making plans with them to trap these people, and you're trusting in them to do the right thing and to go with your plan. Yeah, I would say that is actually a shift towards friendship. I would agree.
So we've moved towards friendship, and now I'm going to move it back towards survival.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
And indulge a bad habit, and I'm going to attempt to trespass. And the way that I'm going to do it, fingers crossed, will be I will basically roll over under the makeshift clothing that they've given me, which I'm pretty much just using as like a blanket at this point.
Yeah.
And then I will carefully shift my pack underneath me to be into where that is and like take places with my pack so that it looks like I'm still laying there sleeping, but it's actually just my bag. Please be a good roll.
So ready.
An 8.
Partial success.
Right.
So I will then attempt to sneak out towards my trap. to see if there is any reply on the note.
Yes, just
And
the letter K.
Hopefully, Tilla will see me sneaking towards the bush.
As you sneak out, you're literally sneaking right next to where Tilla is. As you get to the note and
Yeah.
look down, you can see the note. You quickly pull open. There's just the letter K.
I can see that it's covered in sand
It's
as
covered
well.
in sand. And then as you turn around, peeking out from the bushes, you see Tilla just like looking at you.
Okay. I'm gonna really carefully sneak over to where Tilla is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to unload all of the information that I have about the Yellownecks. Is that what they're called? Yellownecks?
Yellownecks.
I'm going to explain who King is, and I'm going to let her know that they are heading back towards their headquarters, roughly where their headquarters is. It's several weeks away because they're also going to be traveling along several other towns that they're planning on hitting to try to recruit new people and steal some more stuff. So we can either stop them here now and then attempt to get to their headquarters later. We can stop them here now, go back and tell... Oh, what's the old lady's name that caught me stealing the first time?
Rangi.
Rangi. Go
She's
and
not
tell
old.
Rangi about the headquarters.
She's like 23.
I don't know, the way that your voice of her is, it makes her sound like 40.
So she's described as having like a very rough, husky voice in
Yeah,
the
okay.
books. So I obviously
Makes sense.
I want to match the books as closely as I can. So
Yeah. I don't know. In my head, just because of the voice, I thought she was 40. Okay. So
yeah,
we'll
so
go
she
back
sounds a
and
bit like
tell-
this, right? Like a bit more sort of like harsh and rough. Like her voice is kind of talking through sandpaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll explain all of that and say, look, this is where the headquarters is. I think the best way to go about this will be, well, two options. I can stay with them for several weeks and have the time of my life. Or we can go back and tell Rangi about all of this and let her know what the headquarters is and leave it to them to kind of help deal with this situation rather than trying to deal with it ourselves because we are all kids. Relatively. Well, I'm a kid. There are others are adults, but they act like kids.
I was gonna say we have 2 adults in the party.
I think we have.
I wanna-
No, Keeko's like 17.
yeah, I know Keeko gets older with
I know
every
Keeko gets older and older.
moment. But
He's like 27 now.
36. Got 2 kids and a mortgage.
Keeko, as briefed to me for the character art, Brandon, you did describe him as 16 to 17 initially, so that is what Keeko is canon.
That was a typo, actually. Believe it or not.
It was meant to be 26.
Probably. Yeah.
It's too late now.
What the hell of a typo,
Early
man?
20s, as I don't imagine for him. Like
We can have him early 20s. Early
Late
20s is
teens,
still
early
possible.
20s.
Yeah, that's still easy.
So yeah, I offload all of that onto him. I'm like, so what do you think? I think that we should get the guys and we should go back to Rangi, but I also think that we should deal with these guys here because they're just gonna keep doing this to every town. They're gonna be harvesting people and supplies, and I don't think we can just let them keep going. Unless you let me go with them, in which case it'll be really fun.
No. Look, I know that you want to have fun, but also for your safety, please no.
Oh, come on, I've done worse. You all know it.
I mean, I don't. I've known you for what, maximum maybe a day?
Yeah, it's like
What, you
5
didn't
hours.
see that sick trap over
5
there?
hours.
You didn't see that sick trap? You know I've done worse.
Do you remember what happened when we first met?
Okay, that was
trap?
a prototype, and I don't want to talk about it.
Look, I get that you've probably done a bunch of stuff, probably more crazy than this before. But I'm here now, and whether I like it or not, I've somehow been assimilated into this little ragtag group, and as a member of it, as you are, I have to keep you all safe.
Okay, Mom. Yeah, so what do you think we should do? Do you think we should go get the guys and then we should like do an attack in the night? Because at the moment the 2 girls are asleep in that tent there. Sparrow's over there and she's probably asleep as well. Arrow is maybe asleep by this point. Jet's getting pretty sleepy over there and he already hates me, so I kind of want to beat him up. But Kay might be a bit of a trickier one. He's like, I don't know, reading, he's like well versed in things and he's kind of like the ringleader. So I don't know if maybe we just like capture him and no, because if we capture him, then the other people will probably just all do their best to like rescue him. I don't know. What do you think? I think that we should get the other guys involved though. but I think I should leave that up to you, and I should probably get back to my tent.
Yes, you go back. Don't.
Oh, we should make a signal.
Should
Can you make any bird noises?
I could do an owl baboon.
for comedic sake, let's say I can. I definitely cannot, but let's just say I can.
I'm contractually obliged to come up with one horrific hybrid animal per episode. Tonight's is
So
an
what?
owl baboon.
Yeah,
A babow, if you
A bow.
a babow. A babow.
bahoo?
A bahoo. Oh shit, that's better. I'm gonna say that the cry it makes is bahoo as well.
Yeah.
Bahoo!
Flintstone.
Bahoo!
No, that doesn't.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
man.
tell Poppy. Well, can I ask Poppy? Do you know like exactly or roughly where the base is?
I'm gonna say roughly, don't I? I know it's roughly to the west, really far, but I wouldn't have seen it
Northwest,
really
up in the
on a
mountains.
map.
They definitely didn't pull out maps. They just kept talking
Yeah.
about like the path they'd take, and then they'd end up in the mountain ranges of the northwest. And that's all they gave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So I know it's like up in the mountains, and I know the rough path that we have to take to get there. So it's kind of a little bit wishy-washy still. But I don't know. I think if we take this to Rungi and Kyoshi, that they could like figure it out, and then they could stop these guys.
I agree.
And we could help.
We can help.
I can make some new traps.
Can make some trips. How sleepy is Jedd getting? Is he like fully
yeah.
alert, or is he kind of nodding off?
Could you assess the situation for me?
God, this is not gonna go well.
I'm gonna start doing that thing I do in D&D where you roll really badly. I tell you what your brain thinks, like what your subconscious mind tells you, not necessarily the truth. So like for example, if it was like a natural 1 for perception, you'd be like, yeah man, he's so sleepy. 3, that's a miss. Tilla,
Yeah.
dude's nodding off. Give him 5 minutes tops, he'll be snoring like a babe in the woods.
Can I roll us a situation?
Sure, yeah, of course. So excited. I hope you get a really bad
That's a
roll as well.
7.
Successful consequences. Lily, you don't think Jett's going to be heading off to sleep anytime soon. However, if he was distracted, or if there was something to investigate on the edge of the campsite, you could draw his attention away. Head's waving.
got so
Archie's got a
excited.
plan. What's your
You
plan,
got
Archie?
so excited.
Okay, so I didn't actually get to ask my assess situation question, so thank you for that piece of valuable information. My assess situation question was going to be, what's the most valuable thing in this camp?
Yeah. That's a good question. There's not a lot of very valuable things in this camp. There's a lot of things that are like equally valuable. Probably the weapons. So Jedd and Ark both have like weapons. Jedd has a cudgel. Ark has this kind of like sickle looking thing, like a fully curved sword on a little handle. They're probably the
Fully
most
sickle.
fully sickle. They're probably the most like valuable things that you've seen in
Yeah,
the
okay.
camp. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Like, I don't know. He's like not really probably gonna fall asleep anytime soon. I don't know. He looks like he stuffs up a lot, so he must be like used to staying up all night and having to keep watch, because like he was supposed to make those tracks disappear and he did not make those tracks disappear. It seems like his bad day's job. But anyway, I think maybe we should try to distract them. So you could probably get Tweedledum and Tweedledoo to like do something.
Sorry,
And on
Tweedledum
that
and
note,
Tweedledoodle, did you say?
The Tweedledoo.
Ah,
Tweedledum and Tweedledoodle.
Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Ted.
Pretty much. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be mean, so I thought do as in doo-doo head.
I'm gonna say at that point, yeah, Ted. Keeko.
I want to start arguing with Jedd.
Okay, like loudly.
Just yeah.
What do you say?
How do you don't even know our plan?
Nah, I just got bored.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I got that sense. What do you
We're
say
sitting
to?
around
What do you say to
quietly
Jedd?
too much? Why did you make me leave the air temple?
Hey, whoa! We're not
I was
supposed to be.
fine there.
No, we're not supposed to be. So, hang on. Shh,
Now I'm out here bored.
Yeah, Ted, that's
watching
great.
people
Could we
sleep.
talk about this later? That's like.
This is so dumb. Why are we even here?
Ted,
I want to go back home.
he puts his hand over your mouth, trying to like shut you up.
Take his hand away. What are you doing?
I thought you did like that thing
12
siblings do where
anymore.
you like lick
We're not
it.
12 anymore. What are you doing?
Come on. If you're a sibling and you have not done that to your sibling when they've tried to like cover your mouth, I don't believe you. You're a liar. You definitely did. It's a universal truth. Yeah, I mean, Jedd looks really confused. He's like, "What? Lilly and Tilla are gonna kill us." Shh.
They're gonna kill us anyway.
Wait, what?
I was safer at home. Like I know it sucked there, but at least we were safe.
I didn't ask you to come. You followed me.
It's just boring. You told me there would be an adventure.
At that point,
we're watching 6 people sleep.
Lilly and Tilla, you watch as Jedd, hearing this, begins wandering over towards the edge of the forest clearing, trying to locate the source of these sort of very hushed but slightly loud voices. Ted, could I get you to please roll Push Your Luck for me? I'm excited.
Ahoy, baby.
I'm excited. It's going to be good.
That's a 3.
It's a 3. You are not trying to throw your voice. You are not trying to move it in a certain area. You are just standing at the base of a tree, arguing with your brother. The two of you,
I mean, that was the plan.
as the two of you stand at the base of this tree and argue with each other, I'm not even going to say you're crouching. You're just standing up, arguing at this point. And as your voices start getting louder and louder, Jedd begins like getting a bit upset with you and cross with you, and kind of forgets what's happening in the background with these people. Keeko, I really need to know what you're doing while this is happening and where you are.
You know what to do, Keeko. You know what to do.
Can I, it's a situation, can I notice if anything's happening right now?
Yes.
Okay. We're 100% going to be doing this right now. I'm just there, just like,
You like try to clear your throat. Like,
yeah,
shut the fuck up.
That's a 6 from me, dog.
That's a miss.
Can I give him my advantage?
You've spent it, so no.
You use your advantage.
Oh yeah.
Keeko, nah, man. These two are arguing. There's like people coming. You need to like get out of here. You need to hide.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just sort of like gonna slink back in the bushes like Homer Simpson. I'm just like, just slide in.
As you sneak back and hide in the bushes, Lilly and Tilla, you watch as Jedd gets to the edge of the clearing, spots Jedd and Ted arguing at each other, and then turns back and goes, "We've got company! We've got company! People!" And with that, you watch as the campsite begins mobilizing immediately. Ark rushes out of his tent, King drops his book and rushes out as well. Rusa and Oleg immediately earthbend out on like this slide of stone and dust as they begin like pulling out of the tent to look around. Sparrow comes out sort of rubbing her eyes, blearily looking around. Yeah, I'm gonna I don't want to throw us into an encounter just yet because Andrew's.
Encounter?
What was that? Sorry, Archie.
Are we in an encounter?
You kind of are, but I kind of don't want to go.
Can I do something that doesn't really make it? Are there lots of them approaching?
It looks like at this point what's happened is they've rushed out of their tents. Jedd is pointing into the forest towards you and Jedd. Jedd's like, "They're over there. There's people in the forest. People in the forest." Getting really excited. What do you want to do? Jedd just like freezes and looks like deer in the headlights and then looks back at you.
Hearing people, I have a move called Thunder and Gust.
Ooh.
If I could, I would like to use it on just the group, just so I can continue arguing. Like not like on the bandits. So Thundering Gust, jab at the air around you to send it hurtling forward at an incredible speed, catching even the heaviest foes and tossing them aside. Mark 2 fatigue and inflict 3 fatigue on any foes in the path of your gust. I mean, yeah, of course you can.
Can I just say I love the fact that Jedd is doing this so he can continue arguing with his brother.
Ted, thank you.
Ted's doing this.
I don't know.
I would like to really quickly say that seeing them all mobilize, I would have jumped kind of towards, like back kind of into my little tent, and I would be running with them as if I'm still part of the group.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Oh, she's dead.
How are we going to... So you're running with the group is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. Jedd, here's what happens. As the others begin sort of moving out of their tent, are you kind of waiting for them to get close to you or within, like, get them together so that you can blast them with this air? Or are you...
Yeah. I want them close enough. Like, until, like, if they're... I don't know how... It doesn't really say how far it...
It just goes around the world until it comes back and strikes you.
Whoa.
No.
Like Superman.
No, I would argue that this is kind of like Gust of Wind from 5th edition D&D. I'm going to argue that it goes...
Yeah, cool.
It's a bit of a blast, goes for a couple of meters, and then loses power very quickly the further away from you that it gets.
Yeah. As long as maybe 3 or 4 of them are...
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Sparrow sort of staying close
fine.
to you, Lily, as you rush forward. Sparrow sort of looks at you as you sort of rush out from behind your tent. Sparrow sort of bleary-eyed looks down at you and goes, "Oh, no, stay back. I think there's people here. Stay back. As Ruta and Oleg rush through, getting up next to Jett with their earthbending arc kind of taking up the rear. King sort of staying near his tent as you unleash this blast of airbending. Can I get you to mark your 2 fatigue? As you then smash this incredible, thunderous, almost like a sonic boom of compressed air that flattens the undergrowth in front of you. As it strikes Jett, Ruta, Oleg, and Ark, you watch as they all go flying backwards, smashing into the tent. Ark getting thrown next to the fire, Oleg and Ruta being thrown into the boxes and tents. Jett, unfortunately, having the worst of it, he gets thrown he doesn't get thrown onto the fire. He gets thrown into the mud in front of the fire that the water barrel had been positioned in, where Lilly had knocked the water barrel over. As you smash them down, there's this compressed air blast. And then what do you do, Ted?
I had something and I lost it. And as I was saying, I think we should go back home. It's not safe here. You're acting like an idiot sometimes.
Jedd just shakes his head and airbends up into the trees and goes like, "Get off the ground, you fucking idiot. Stop talking. Shh. We've got one chance to get out of this."
They already know we're here.
Yeah, but they don't know where we are. If you keep arguing and talking, they're going to know where we are. And with that, Jedd is going to jump up into the trees. I think Jedd would not want to be on the ground while this is going on. I think it's fair to say.
Probably not.
I have to ask, Keeko, Tilla, Lilly, what are you 3 doing?
I feel like when I started hearing the voices, because I feel like what would have happened for me and Lilly would have been, we heard them yelling. I'm going to say very quietly under my breath, those freaking idiots. And then I'm going to encourage Lilly to go back.
Yeah, which Lilly does. Yeah, she rushes back.
And then I guess what I would be doing currently is getting into a position which allows me to see majority of them. So, staying within the undergrowth, but on the very edge of it. If I need to come out, I'm 2 steps
Just
and
rush
I'm out.
straight in. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Keeko, what are you doing, mate? Get into that barrel of water, staying in the tree line, just heading home, heading back to the Southern Raiders. I mean,
just heading home, yeah. So Ted is still just chilling there, standing in front of all these dudes, and I'm guessing from my look in the bushes, are they looking like they'll want to punch on now?
It's looking like after that sudden blast of air sent them flying, it looks like they're definitely getting on the defensive/offensive now.
They look kind of stunned to me.
Yeah, I kind of had that. I didn't feel like we could say this of talking now. I'm going to try and reposition myself closer to that barrel of water and prepare myself with anyone that starts going too close towards Ted or Jedd.
Perfect. And Ted, what are you doing?
Jedd's gone, huh?
Jedd has just jumped up. He's jumped up into the trees and is looking down at you, just shaking his head in what you think is disappointment.
Again, always running away when we're having a conversation.
Yeah. It looks like he's trying to run away from his emotions yet again.
Always.
It's always great when you have these like very intense character developments and emotional discussions when the player's not here.
Yeah.
Literally.
Thanks
Talking to
for
a wall,
that.
but
You're welcome. I guess I'll just ready.
Just ready. just,
Like,
sort of,
ready and attack.
just stand there and be like, I'm
Ready
gonna
for another
blast
attack.
these. I'm gonna blast these people. I'm done. Okay.
I feel ready. Yeah, ready another attack.
Brilliant. Because we're going to be jumping into essentially initiative, I'm not going to have that happen tonight because I think Andrew should be here for this, and B, because it's going to go on a lot longer. But what I will say, I will wrap us up in this moment. You watch as Ted stands there, just stands there in the forest, like sort of like checks his fingernails a little bit, and then gets into a fighting position. Jedd in the trees above jumps from tree to tree, sort of keeping around the outskirts, trying to sort of stay away from their line of sight. It looks like he's keeping overwatch for Ted, though. Tilla, as you stick to the shadows, you can see Lilly and Sparrow. Sparrow has actually put her hand on Lily's shoulder and is kind of holding you back, Lilly, wanting to keep you away from this blast of air. She's actually moved protectively in front of you a little bit, exposing her back to you, so that you can just really stab that knife in there.
I don't have a knife.
Lilly.
No, me.
Lilly.
Oh.
But
He's
also
protecting me, and we're about to take them down.
Also, Tilla. I mean, you've got a clear view of Sparrow and Lily's backs at this point as well. Keeko, as you move around the forest, trying to keep low and hidden, getting close to that water barrel. As you guys all get into those positions, you watch as King slams his hands down into the forest floor, rising up on a pillar of stone, pulling this gravel with him as he does so. First time you've seen him kind of bend as he pulls the gravel and then sends it shooting out in all directions, shredding the trees. You hear him call out, "I don't know who you are, but you've made a terrible mistake attacking the Yellownecks. You will regret this." And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. I think that's a good place to finish it off.
That's a great finish.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I like a happy ending.
That's mad.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's one hell of a happy ending.
So, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It is wonderful to have you here once again. We will be back next week with more Avatar Legends, hopefully with Andrew with us as well. But we will definitely be coming back in the midst of this combat. I hope you have all enjoyed yourselves. It has been wonderful having the cast all here. We will see you all again very, very soon. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember, if you want to refill the Beyond Legend bank of good rolls, you have to hit the subscribe button or leave a comment or leave a like. If you do all three, guaranteed good rolls for the party, especially for Bree, who seems to just be not getting the luck. I mean, you can help her. You can refill all of those good rolls by hitting any one of those buttons. If you hit all three, you get like a double bonus of good luck rolls. It's fantastic.
The people who have done that over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think people have, and it's clear to me that Archie and Brandon use them all up. Is all I can say.
They got given to me, thank you.
Yeah.
It's just a patriarch.
Leave some
Don't feel
for
so bad,
me,
just
guys,
patriarch.
please. Leave some for me, please.
So thank you so much, everyone. If you're watching this on the podcast or listening to this on the podcast, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast once again. Remember to leave a review if you can, or a like, or whatever the equivalent is on whichever podcast platform it is. If you're listening to us on Google Podcasts, I've got some bad news. Google Podcasts is about to be removed. I think it's just going to be YouTube Podcasts from here on out. So I'm doing a bit of a look into to see what that means for us. But to be honest, there's so many podcast platforms out there. It doesn't really matter. We're on every other one, so who cares? Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to go and do a raid. It looks like our friends over at Critnamis are currently streaming, so we will make sure we go and raid them. I'll get that all sorted out. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again really, really soon. But until then, everybody, farewell. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 See you next time.